Hi everyone, we are back with war number 9 today. We're going to be going up against the Alliance HCAR. We're going to be using Kate, Quicksilver, and Archangel. We have 7 fights today. We're going to be going up path 5 again with Kate. We then have 1 mini boss with Archangel and then 2 with Quicksilver. For these fights, Kate is going to do most of the work here again on this path. We're just going to use the Cold Snap arrow to start with. For this matchup again, I ideally do not want to parry at the start. I kind of want to bait a heavy, punish with my special 1 attack, and then use my evade counter to heavy into the corner. So, start, get him to do a double medium. We're going to throw our special 1, push him towards his corner. And then we evade counter. The unstoppable triggers, and it kind of throws me off, so I don't get the full heavy there like I should have. And then there, I think I didn't full combo because of the cruelty buff I think he has. Made me think he was still unstoppable. So this fight's a little bit sloppy, but down he goes, super quick. Yeah, the unstoppable from Unfazed Mastery definitely threw me off a little bit. I then do double check to make sure the next fight wasn't against the same defender and that the rest of my Kate fights aren't against the player who placed that defender for the first fight. This one, we are going to have to use our evade counter at the beginning. I kind of forgot about the unstoppable, so I parried here, and then I'm like, oh, right. We have to evade counter. We're going to throw our special 1. Now we'll try and parry here. Oh, and there I forgot to use the pre-fight, but I quickly rotated over to the Cold Snap. I think that's the only time I make that mistake. Definitely something you don't want to have to deal with trying to flip over real quick, but I was able to get it off pretty quickly, thankfully, without any issue. Here, the only thing we want to make sure we're watching out for, besides pushing into the corner, is that if we do trigger decks, we want to make sure that we do have the slow up so that the defender doesn't have a chance of going unstoppable. But pretty quick fight, 35 seconds, and we'll make our way to section 2. Next, we have Hulk here. The one thing for this fight I didn't mention in the previous video is that once he gets to 15 rage, he will go unstoppable, so you do want to make sure you're watching out for that. The previous one, he went down before that became an issue, but this one, with the section 2, there's a good chance that's going to occur. Again, I'm going to try and bait a heavy here. I did trigger deck, so I waited out the unstoppable. I just did 1 tap to make sure the unstoppable didn't trigger, which it did. Here, we're going to go into our special 1 now. We get a heavy to get him close to the corner. He's got the slow up, so we're safe here. Oh, but then he does heavy. So that's why I did 1 tap again. I wanted to make sure I didn't trigger the unstoppable. Here, we're going to throw our second special 1. Here, we're going to evade counter. It's going to put him at 14 hits. We're going to give him a tap just like that. Trigger his unstoppable from his abilities, and then we're just going to finish with a heavy into the corner. So, not the quickest fight, but we played around unstoppable really well there, so really happy with how that went. It's just going to cost us 1 potion. And then we have our last fight with Kate Bishop, which is against this rank 5 Rintrah. I've taken this fight a couple times in the off season. It's pretty straightforward. Once you get him into his corner, he gets really trigger happy with the special 1, and then you can easily heavy counter that, then do an evade counter and heavy him into the corner again, so it's really easy to keep up those cold snap debuffs. Here, I don't want to trigger the evade counter at the start because I want to be able to push him here with the special 1, get him close to his corner. Now we can use our evade counter, get the fury going, push him to his corner, which we do there. Here, I made a mistake where my reparry didn't stick. Just a dumb mistake by me on that one. Now, we're going to start to get trigger happy with the special 1. We're going to combo into our second special 1 here. Evade counter. knocked him into his corner, and now we got him right where we want him. 2 cold snaps up. Basically just going to keep alternating the evade counter and punishing his special 1. And he's going to start to go down. Heavy counter here. Our evade counter is going to trigger our fury again, which is perfect. And then we just want to play smart here. Relic. Heavy counter just one more time, and he is going to go down. So, rank 5 Rintrah down in about a minute, so really good from Kate there with the damage from the cold snap, and really safe fight. Our next fight was the fight I was most worried about. It is this Nick Fury, and I did take my Archangel to rank 5 here for this fight. I was debating Archangel, taking 7-star Bishop to rank 2, and I was debating Apocalypse as well. But Archangel, I feel like it's a very safe bet that we're not going to see a 7-star soon. So I decided to use him here and take him to rank 5. The other champ I considered bringing was my Omega Sentinel because Gallon was gone. But last time I died here, I was using Omega Sentinel. And so I was slightly paranoid about dying again. We do get some rough RNG here at the beginning, as you can see. Basically, the plan is to not trigger decks. We are running an invul, so we do just... If we do push him to a special 3, it's not the end of the world, but that's what that invul boost is for, basically. But plan, parry heavy, don't trigger dexterity, so he'll get power gain, and just hopefully melt him. So now we have 4. We get special 2 here, since we didn't have any power stings, and he's going to go down. Here, we know we're going to trigger the dex at some point. There it is. So, his first special 3 comes out. Again, we have the invul boost on, so we can eat 2 more of these if we need to. The only negative about this is it's going to push us to our side, which we just want to make sure we don't get pushed into our corner too much. We get a heavy counter here. Heavy counter again. We're getting rough RNG here. Relic. Heavy counter again. We finally get our first neuro up. And he's getting close to unstoppable, or unblockable, which he hits here. We're going to intercept, full combo, and we're going to throw the special 3 here. I know I had the power sting, so I know this is going to hurt quite a bit. But I was not worried about it killing me in any way. If it did 90% damage, that would have been ridiculous. So we do take the 40%, and he goes down from the neuros, though, right after, which is kind of what I figured would be the case. And that's our only fight with Archangel, so I was willing to take that damage. Our next fight is going to be Mysterio here on the new node 44, I want to say. I've taken this once before. It's not too bad. You just have to deal with Mysterio doing Mysterio things. We do want to get a heavy counter up early, ideally after baiting one of his special 1s, just so we can get up to 300 velocity so that we can counter his miss from his special 2 if we do have to push him there. The ideal scenario, though, is that we can just bait special 1s the whole time. Oh, and I do heavy counter there. It just kind of lined up well where that works. So our first special 1 should come out right after his. So here we go. And the ideal plan is 2 special 1s into a special 2 with max velocity up. But I believe we do have some issues with it because Mysterio starts to play not really nice and doesn't want to throw a special 1. So here we go. He's really not wanting to throw it. We're trying to bait it out. I think at some point... Oh, he does throw this one, thankfully. We're at terminal velocity, though, now because of all the dashing back we did trying to bait it. And it's seeming pretty unlikely we're going to get to our special 2. So here I stop it, though, hoping to get the special 1 out. He, again, is not playing nice, so we're just going to push him to a special 2. And this is just going to elongate the fight quite a bit. We're clearly not going to be able to get to our special 2 before terminal velocity ends. So I think at some point I medium into a special 1. Yeah, here we go. And that takes off a big chunk, but obviously not as much as if we got to our special 2. But this Mysterio AI was just not playing nice. We do want to make sure right now that we don't push him to a special 2 because we do not have 300 velocity, so we can miss during that phase. So here I punished that special 1 to try and get us back up to it just to be safe. Go to relic combo here. Special 1. Now we can hit him because we're over 300 velocity. And I believe we're going to combo here. Bait one more heavy. And then we'll just combo out to end the fight here. So, a lot slower than I would have liked. Definitely a lot slower than last time. But the Mysterio AI was just not playing nice, and it didn't really make sense to just take even longer trying to bait out all the special ones we wanted him to throw. Our last fight is going to be Werewolf by Night again on this node 49. Same strategy. We want to heavy counter his heavy attack so we can get our increased velocity and dash back until we get our slow. That's just for when he gets to 10 charges. This is a 7-star rank 2 instead of a 6-star rank 4, so he does have quite a bit more health. But we got the heavy off. Now we're dashing back to get our slow up. And ideally we want to push him to a special 2. I just find it a lot easier to dex. But we have our 300 velocity. Now we're in a great spot from that perspective. We got our permanent slow. And we're just going to whiplash the first one. Pretty good chunk of damage there. And we'll bait this first special 2 out. Build our whiplash. And I'm going to hold on to the relic just to be safe in case we need it to get out of a corner. There he went unblockable because again he was at his 10 charges. So a heavy attack will trigger that, or a special attack. Now, because we had the slow up, the unstoppable didn't trigger, but I believe typically both unstoppable and an unblockable trigger, which is the reason we tend to use Quicksilver here. Quicksilver is also tactic, so all the rupture damage we're getting through block obviously will not take any damage because it is a damage over time. So here we're getting near the end. We're going to bait this last special 2 out. I think we're going to medium, light, medium. Do this burst of whiplash. Get him even a little bit closer. Here we'll relic. And then combo to finish the fight. So, pretty good war for me. No major issues with any of the fights. And again, our BG did get another donut. So, I just wanted to show this again as PWF and I did the planning for this one, with Clown just kind of checking before it went out. But another donut from our BG, so really proud of everyone and how they did this war. And as an alliance, we did excellent as well. 2 deaths, really good performance from us. So hopefully we can keep this up the rest of the season. We have 3 more wars, and we want to finish strong to get Masters. Thank you.